Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure to be able to meet you today, although in a digital manner, and to be able to share thoughts on open innovation in Luxembourg and Korea. One thing that has become clearer than ever before over the past months is the power of innovation and digitalization. Just a few weeks ago, few of us would have thought that a hybrid, physical virtual event like this could work. But here we are today, meeting in this format, exchanging ideas interactively and creating new opportunities without having to spend time and energy travelling long distances across the globe. It's this type of innovation that we in Luxembourg have consistently encouraged. Innovation that meets the needs. Innovation that provides a solution to a problem. In order to provide the right environment to allow innovation to happen, Luxembourg has invested in world-class infrastructure and expertise over decades in fields such as big data storage and processing, cybersecurity, and high-performance computing. As a result, we can offer today a dynamic environment where new technologies can be tested and applied, where all kinds of digital business can develop and from here expand onto the European and global markets. Our ambition is clearly to become one of the most advanced data economies in the world. Our government has given itself a clear strategy, a data-driven innovation strategy to reach this goal. And this strategy has 3 pillars. First, continue investing in our high-end digital infrastructure. Second, support businesses to develop and test innovative digital solutions. And third, provide a favourable regulatory and financial environment. In order to achieve critical mass and impact, the strategy targets the key sectors of our economy: Industry 4.0, health tech, logistics, the space sector, clean tech, with a strong emphasis on circular economy and smart mobility, and financial technologies. Information and communication technologies are obviously the main enabler across all these sectors. Encouraging cooperation and open innovation is key. This is why we recently set up Luxembourg's Digital Innovation Hub, which is to be part of the wider network of European digital innovation hubs initiated by the European Commission. The hub facilitates contact between companies that require high-end digital technologies and services on the one hand, and those that can provide these solutions, such as research institutes, specialized IT providers, or startups coming up with new ideas. Our Digital Innovation Hub is part of Lux Innovation, our national innovation agency which I run. We are here to help companies to innovate, to adopt digital solutions, and thereby become more successful and competitive. We work with startups and scale-ups as well as large international groups. Through our extensive local and international network, they find the right business partners and opportunities. Luxembourg's Digital Innovation Hub is the first of a wider European network of European digital innovation hubs, which is to be launched within the next year. Thinking European is part of our DNA. Nestled between Germany, France and Belgium, we live and work on a daily basis with our neighbours in a manner that makes borders virtually invisible. We are not only one of the founding members of the European Union and part of the Eurozone, we are also considered to be the most international EU country with almost half of the population made up of foreign nationals. And nearly half of the workforce come from our neighbouring countries and cross the border each day. People are generally fluent in 3 to 4 languages, another EU record. So companies based in Luxembourg find it easy to get staff that master English, French and German, and a mix of other European languages such as Spanish, Portuguese, Italian. And they have the cultural understanding to successfully reach out to the rather diverse national markets across Europe. Lux Innovation welcomes entrepreneurs from all over the world looking for the right place to launch and expand their business on the European continent. We are there to assist you, to help you on this path, be it digitally via video calls or physically, if and when you are able to travel. Thank you, Kita, for giving us the opportunity to reach out to Korean entrepreneurs. We hope this will lead to some exciting joint Luxembourg-Korean projects. Thank you.
Luxembourg is the only Grand Duchy in the world, a Grand Dukedom with an undeniable fairy tale charm. Bordering France, Germany and Belgium, Luxembourg is a beautiful country and a great place to live and work. Luxembourg, 3 words and values which sum up the country: openness, dynamism and reliability. To get a sense of what a global society can be, you only need to visit Luxembourg, one of the most cosmopolitan countries in the world. Almost 50% of Luxembourg's population is made up of foreigners originating from more than 170 nationalities and speaking no less than 80 languages. Luxembourg's labour market is highly international and multilingual. Around 70% of the country's workforce is composed of foreigners. Luxembourg's large multinational community with like-minded people allows singles and families to feel welcome and to make new friends quickly and easily. While the country has 3 officially recognized languages, Luxembourgish, French and German, English is widely spoken. Luxembourg's economy is the most open in Europe and one of the most open in the world. Numerous multinational companies have decided to install their worldwide or European headquarters in Luxembourg, alongside local well-known companies. The Luxembourg economy has been growing steadily, continuously outperforming the EU average with an increase in employment of over 50% during the past 15 years. On top of being a vibrant financial centre and home to several European institutions, Luxembourg relies on highly skilled talent to fuel a data-driven, circular and sustainable economy. Key business sectors also include space technologies, life sciences, automotive, clean technologies, fintech and logistics, all highly connected to and dependent on ongoing best-in-class ICT developments. Not only is Luxembourg an exciting place to work, it also is a really good place to live with an impressive quality of life. This green and diverse country, which consistently ranks amongst the safest places in the world, has a stable economy, strong social cohesion, a first-rate healthcare system, attractive social benefits, and a large network of international schools and daycare facilities. It is normal for children to learn 3 or more languages at school, enabling them to develop in a truly international setting. Scenic landscapes make hiking, cycling, and enjoying the outdoors fun and a great way to unwind. Enjoy the vibrant nightlife, visit a concert at the Philharmonie, not forgetting the various world-famous bands who come and perform in concert. It is easy to get anywhere in Luxembourg by car, bus, tram, train, or even bike. Well, almost. And to take a short break in the many large cities in neighbouring countries. Luxembourg has retained its national identity with popular wine festivals, the Schuberfeuer dating back to 1340. People from all over the world have come to Luxembourg and have contributed to building an international and multicultural society at the forefront of technology. Luxembourg. Together, let's make it happen.
Hello everybody, my name's David. I work at Lux Innovation. Welcome to this session on Luxembourg's digital innovation strategy. I'm going to show you how we implement the 3 pillars of our strategy and also try and introduce you to some of the projects that we're currently running through collaboration and also through innovation through startups. First of all, I'd like to take you back to the beginning, show you what Luxembourg looked like many, many years ago. When I say many years ago, the end of the 1800s, where Luxembourg was purely agricultural. Since that time, we've gone through several revolutions, going through industrial, through iron ore, steel, through innovation into industrial diversification. Also, as you're surely aware, the financial sector. Today, Luxembourg hosts the 2nd largest funds under management behind the United States of America. But this needs to be diversified in order to make ourselves a sustainable economy. So today, we're going to focus on some of those new priority sectors and how we're going to diversify our economy in a sustainable, innovative way. So the 3 pillars of our strategy today are boosting the digital infrastructure. It's great to be innovative, it's great to bring new products and services to the market, but you need a foundation on which those things lay. Secondly is to ensure a strong regulatory environment. We're very lucky in Luxembourg in that the government and the people who are making those laws and regulations today actually understand the business. So it's a very business-driven regulation system. In some ways, it's using the regulation to push people to become innovative. And the third, of course, is how we implement the innovation today, how we allow people to come into the environment to test their solutions and allow them to fail in a way that they're going to pick themselves up and have the support to carry on. Today, our digital innovation strategy has several main areas of priority. And you can see those on the slides here. I'm going to show you just a couple of examples today, for example, of Industry 4.0. Today we host Goodyear. They have an innovation plant in Luxembourg. It's their 2nd and only innovation center outside of the US. They've been in Luxembourg for many years, and today they're working on collaborative research projects with the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology, and together with the Ministry of the Economy, they're running projects totaling in the region of 40 million euro. We also have Husky, for example. Husky is an injection molding company who are today going through a digitalization process that's being supported by the government and also by research institutions. The National Competence Center today is running projects with large multinationals, including Goodyear, but other companies like DuPont, to ensure that their innovation is being supported in a way that is sustainable, but also adds value to the Luxembourg economy. The second area of priority is ecotech, and within ecotech we have mobility. Within the mobility services, today we have a project such as a cross-border testbed. This testbed is not just for testing autonomous vehicles, but also for testing sensors, network, and also for collating that information and making that data available for other parties to use that to enhance their services. What's unique about this testbed is that it's across 3 different borders. It's between Luxembourg, Germany, and France, which also brings regulation into an account. How does an autonomous car deal with a handover between 2 different countries? Not just technically, but also from regulation standpoint. So the third pillar of priority today is logistics, which is very important in today's world. We're very happy to have the 3rd largest air cargo carrier in Europe called Cargolux. They serve 90 different destinations, and they're really a pillar of our logistics system. Part of also the logistics today is the logistics hub. Luxembourg being geographically where it is, in the center of Europe, obviously we're serving lots of different countries around us and serves really as a hub in the center of Europe. From a digital point of view, digital supply chains then also comes into play, providing tracking, tracing, telemetry of boxes that are being sent. An excellent example of collaborative innovation in Luxembourg is a startup called Molecular Plasma Group. They're active in trying to attach antiviral and antimicrobial compounds onto personal protection equipment, making them much more resistant to virus and other contaminants. This is a very fast and environmentally friendly process, which also links into not only the health tech, but also the circular economy. They are also working with the Luxembourg Center for biomedicine and the composite industry. As you can see in the center of this slide, we have ICT. ICT is digital. It's the backbone. It's the fundamental infrastructure that is the first pillar of our digital innovation strategy. So the first pillar of the Luxembourg digital innovation strategy is infrastructure. And in infrastructure, we talk about data centers, Luxembourg having the largest concentration of Tier 4 data centers anywhere in Europe. We talk about connectivity, so we have very fast, very low latency connections with most of Europe and beyond. We also have the Luxembourg Commercial Internet Exchange, which has recently been upgraded and had DDoS capacity added to it, but also projects that are very important, such as the High Performance Computing Project, an EU initiative to add high performance computing nodes across Europe, and Luxembourg is leading this project today. What's special about high performance is that it's very expensive. And here in Luxembourg, we're going to be putting this high performance computing system to use and giving access to startups, small and medium businesses at an application layer. Normally a place where people only in academia, in research would normally have access. We're also putting a high priority on cyber security. So in Luxembourg, we have the Luxembourg Cybersecurity Competence Center, SMILE for short, Security Made in Luxembourg, which is a private-public initiative between the government and several players within Luxembourg. Recently, we opened the Artificial Intelligence Research Laboratory. This is 1 year old now. This is also a partnership between the University of Luxembourg and NVIDIA. They're working on many projects, including autonomous driving, including other very high-end, high-value projects. We also support companies through our research agencies, such as the Interdisciplinary Center for Security, Reliability and Trust. This is the research arm of the university, and the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology. Along with that, we also provide a lot of support for startups. Now, startups, if you go back maybe 5 years ago, 6 years in Luxembourg, there was very little happening. Today, we have a vast network of incubators and accelerators providing all kinds of services across the sectors. We'll come to that in just a moment. I'd like to focus for a moment on innovation. Lux Innovation recently opened the Digital Innovation Hub. This is a structure that helps companies within Luxembourg go through their digitalization journeys and by finding them both talent and also disruptive technologies, not just within Luxembourg, but within the network of digital innovation hubs that have been open and are still opening across Europe as a European initiative. The second one is the Open Innovation Club. This is a small organization within Luxembourg which invites corporates to come around the table and discuss open innovation projects and link them with disruptive technologies and new innovations that are happening within Luxembourg and beyond. Giving access to first-rate research and development infrastructure is also a very important part of innovating within Luxembourg and the support structures that we've put in place. We've mentioned the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology, and also the University of Luxembourg are very active in helping projects, helping people define but also execute their research. Research and development is very difficult if you don't have the cash to do it. There are also some very interesting grants that can be had through the Ministry of the Economy, and Lux Innovation is here to help you decide which ones you could qualify for and also help you through the process of applying for them. Luxembourg has made some great advances, as I said, over the last few years in startup support. You can see from this slide there are many institutional startups for both pure startups and scale-ups, and also private incubators and innovation hubs, each one addressing a specific need, be it a technology, be it a vertical. You can see from the center of here, there are many companies also providing programs, mentoring, helping people going through their business plans, helping people to apply for their grants, but also their go-to-market strategies. If you look on the right-hand side, you can see how we communicate this with the general public. At the top, you can see several of the publications that I'd invite you to go and check them out, either online or also in paper forms, but as we're talking of digital, we're all going to do it online. And underneath you can see some of the events in Luxembourg. Many of you know about these events, but today I would specifically like to invite you to come to a few of them that are our key events within Luxembourg. One of them, the Arch Summit. This is a conference aimed purely at startups, and you can find many VCs who are also present here. There are many pitching competitions, and there is some equity-free grants that can be had there. The last one that I want to speak to you today is ICT Spring. ICT Spring is 5,000 people who attend this every year. 40% of those are international, and this will cover all sectors that we've spoken about today. Our priority sectors, but also the ones we've forgotten about, or we haven't forgotten about, we haven't spoken about today, but are just as important. With that, I'd like to say thank you. I hope you have an interesting and fruitful conference, and I look forward to seeing you all in Luxembourg very soon.